Okay, sorry about that. So round two of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs preview and predictions. First up, we're gonna start in the East. I know we start in the West, but we're starting in the East this time. First things foremost, before I get into any picks, Jake Ottinger is gonna win a Vezina Trophy. He's so good. Dallas would have got swept if not for him. He put on an all-time show. That's a Patrick Waugh type series that he had. He was so good. And if Dallas won that series, Jake Ottinger would have stole it. But anyways, we're going to start out with the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. The New York Rangers beat the Pittsburgh Penguins. I do not like... I'm glad the Penguins lost because I hate them. But at the same time, the Penguins should have won that series. Jacob Trouba should have been suspended for what he did to Crosby. That was a cheap hit. I don't even like the Penguins either. That was a cheap hit. Yeah, Canes, they beat Boston in 7. Honestly, I think Boston's better than the Rangers. So I got the Canes winning this series, and I got the Canes winning in 4 games. I have a sweep because the Canes, their defense is the best defense in hockey. Their defense is not going to let you get many open looks. The only reason Boston was in that series is because Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand is a very good player. But the Rangers should... The Rangers, Igor Shesterkin is going to die. Also, Tony DeAngelo is going to get his revenge on his old team because he's a former New York Ranger. Moving on, we got my series, and what everybody thinks is the best series of the second round. I disagree. Mightily disagree. I don't think this is even going to be close. Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida Panthers. The Panthers got the job done over the Capitals. We got the job done over the Leafs. The Leafs are the Leafs. Now, Austin Matthews is the best player in the Atlantic. It's not even close. Austin Matthews is the best player in the Eastern Conference. It isn't even close. But second is Kucherov. And everybody is overrating Florida. I've seen a team exactly like this team. Oh, yeah, the 2018-19 Tampa Bay Lightning that won 62 games and got swept in the first round. That's the exact same team. Outscore the problems. Florida cannot handle a healthy Tampa Bay Lightning. They can't. When we played them, both teams were relatively full strength, all they were really missing was Verhaeghe and Ekblad. But if you're the best team in the league, you shouldn't lose 8-4 to a Lightning team without Cirelli. If you suppose you're the best team in the league, you shouldn't lose 8-4 to the Lightning without Anthony Cirelli. I don't care you didn't have Verhaeghe and Ekblad. Your defense is terrible. Literally game 3, power play, Alex Ovechkin wide open in his office. Take a wild guess. He scored. Tampa played... The reason I thought we'd lose to the Leafs, I was concerned about the defense. And the Leafs this year, way better than last year. And way better than years past. The Leafs pushed us to 7. I think the Leafs are better than Florida. I do. The Leafs... Okay, Jack Campbell is way better than Bob, and he's also better than Spencer Knight. The Leafs defense as a whole, except Justin Hall. Justin Hall's trash. Is better than Florida's. And I'll take the Leafs scoring over Florida's because the Leafs have more depth than Florida does. Florida's defense is terrible. And not only that, they're soft. Just like the 18-19 Lightning were. Florida, they're in for a rough series. Both these teams at full strength. This is a wash. I'll take us. And believe it or not, bust out the brooms. I got us busting out the brooms against Florida. Florida's not that good. I'm not fooled. I've watched both Florida and Tampa. We're better than Florida. Give me a break. Florida is so overhyped. This is the most overhyped team in the playoffs, if not the Rangers. The Panthers and Rangers are probably the softest teams left. Then Calgary. But I'll take Calgary over Florida any day of the week. Oh, Vasi, and we're way better than the Capitals. I don't care. Florida should have lost in round 1. They got lucky in Game 4 and Game 6. And Game 5, actually. The 2 wins Washington got, Washington destroyed them. When we played them when we were relatively full strength, and they were relatively full strength, we destroyed them. 8-4. You can be like, didn't they beat you 9-3? I'm like, we had like half of our team out, and Maxime Legacy was in net. And Florida fans are bragging about it. And they're like, you're bragging that you beat Spencer Knight. You brag that you beat Maxime Legacy. You can't talk. And you lost to Mike Smith. We beat the Oilers. We beat the Oilers at home. You didn't. I didn't care that you beat them in Edmonton. If they played you now in Edmonton, they would have killed you. I got a sweep. Tampa Bay in 4. Florida, their defense is terrible. They can't forecheck. They're soft. They haven't scored a single power play goal these playoffs. And Washington has one of the worst penalty kills in the league. And Florida couldn't score a single power play goal. It should be relatively, and we were able to kill off a lot of Leafs power plays. And the Leafs had the number 1 power play in the regular season. They had the best power play. Then it was the Oilers. But the Leafs, their power play clicked. Their power play clicks. But our penalty kill shut them down. We can shut down Florida's. And Florida's penalty kill can't shut down Tampa's. They can't. We should win this series. I don't think it's close either. When the 18-19 Lightning got punched in the mouth by Columbus. This Panthers team is just like that 18-19 Lightning team. You try to outscore your problems. Here's a little secret. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. We did it twice. We got to the finals once and lost. And we got swept in the first round doing it as well. Outscoring your problems doesn't work. It doesn't. Ask Colorado every single year. Their offense is insanity, but their defense can't stop a nosebleed. Moving on to the West. Battle of Alberta. Edmonton and Calgary. Everyone knows the story with Calgary. They just won. Jake Ottinger nearly stole that game, but, Johnny Gaudreau is Johnny Gaudreau. The Oilers. The Kings honestly didn't have a chance. They didn't really have a chance. Now, they'll probably be back because they have a... Now, Dustin Brown retiring is going to suck. But they have some other guys. Like Andre Kopitar was a ghost in that series. And my thing is, the Oilers... I can't name a team in the league that can stop Edmonton, except maybe Carolina or Colorado. Carolina and Colorado are the only teams that can really play good defense on the Oilers. And with that being said, it'll be It'll be a war. This series is war. Give me the Oilers. Give me the Oilers in 5. It's going to be quick. And also, I'm not the type of guy who uses history in picks. But here's something that I'm going to bring up. These two have met in the playoffs 5 times. The Oilers are 4-1 against Edmonton. Not Edmonton, Calgary. But the one win Calgary got was an own goal by Steve Smith. And that was in the 80s. So yeah, Calgary's essentially kind of screwed in this series. I doubt the Oilers give Calgary a chance. I think the Oilers win really easily. 5 games. Then we have the best series of the second round. Colorado and St. Louis. These two hate each other. I know these two hate each other. I've watched these two teams play a lot of times in the past. They do not like each other. They don't. I promise y'all, they do not like each other. The Avs murdered Nashville. That series wasn't even close. The Blues beat the Wild. The Blues are one of those teams. They're hot. They're red hot. Vladimir Tarasenko is on fire. And my thing is, the Colorado Avalanche, I'm convinced they're a clone of the Washington Capitals in the past. Outstanding regular season, but they can't get it done in the postseason. Will this be the year for Colorado? Maybe. Do I think it is the year? No. I got St. Louis stunning the Avs. Game 7. Overtime winner. Vladimir Tarasenko. In my conference finals, Blue in the West, St. Louis and Edmonton. In the East, Tampa and Carolina. And I don't want to play Carolina. I honestly don't. Carolina, I've watched us play Carolina twice. Carolina beat and Carolina won both of those games. When I was watching them, the way Carolina played, I was convinced they're the best team in the Eastern Conference and the best team in the league. I was convinced. That defense is really good. They can score. Their goaltending is good. The Canes were my cup pick in the beginning of the playoffs. I honestly could be right. This will be an interesting series. It can go either way. Actually, most series can go either way. Should I go on? Yeah, I'm going to go on because I want most people to know what has changed in my bracket since the beginning of the playoffs. Edmonton and St. Louis. I've had this in the beginning of the playoffs. I'm going to be honest. If St. Louis gets Edmonton, they're screwed. If they go to the third round and they get Edmonton, they're absolutely screwed. Because Edmonton is literally... Edmonton. Like, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl is modern-day Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier. Literally, in modern day, it's like a Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier. And it seems like the Oilers brought them back because they're playing like prime Gretzky and Messier. I'm going to say Blues are screwed. Blues are screwed if this happens. Edmonton wins in 5. And honestly, it's good for hockey if the Oilers win the West. So I hope Edmonton wins the West, unless Tampa comes to that. Unless Tampa's in the conference finals, then I hope whoever plays Edmonton beats them, because I don't want to play Edmonton if we go to the finals. Moving on. Carolina, Tampa. Carolina, Tampa. I'm going to be honest. The one team I don't want to play is Carolina. If we play the Rangers, we can beat them. We could have beat Pittsburgh, Boston, Florida, and the Capitals. And we just beat the Leafs. The one team I don't want is Carolina. And I hope we don't get them. I don't want to play them. Will we play them? Maybe, maybe not. That is if we beat Florida, which I think we will. This would take me forever, because I have no idea who's going to win this series if it happens. Tampa and Carolina. I feel like this could be the Stanley Cup Finals. Like, whoever wins this is winning it all. Tampa is the more experienced team because they've won back-to-back cups. You know what? Screw it. Screw it. Why not? Tampa, 6 games. Screw it. Will it happen? Probably not. Carolina probably would beat Tampa, but screw it. I'm believing in my boys. And now, the Stanley Cup Finals. The one team in the West I don't want to play. Tampa and the Edmonton Oilers. Now, if it's Edmonton, I won't lose. I don't hate Edmonton. If it's St. Louis and Tampa, oh, forget it. I don't lose. I don't lose that series either. I literally am like, I win either way. It doesn't matter. I win either way. Tampa and Edmonton, I win either way. Because, one, McDavid gets a ring if Edmonton wins, and I love McDavid. Everyone knows I actually like McDavid. Like, how can you hate McDavid? He's the best player in the world, and it isn't even close. The one playoff McDavid has shown up, he's been playing great. McDavid has been playing great hockey these playoffs. McDavid and Draisaitl could get a ring this year. I hope it doesn't come at the expense of Tampa, if it does happen. But I'm letting y'all know, this is my last stream until the post-graduation hangout I do to celebrate being a high school graduate, because I am graduating next Tuesday. Because we're officially at Monday. This is my last day in high school. Then I got exams, then I got senior breakfast and the walkout. Then I have graduation rehearsal, then I have graduation. And then I will go ahead and do a hangout. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to go Edmonton if that happens. And Connor McDavid wins the Conn Smythe easily. Connor McDavid is just Connor McDavid, and I don't think Tampa's going to be able to stop Connor McDavid because the defense is terrible. Defense against Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl is not going to be fun. People want to say you got to trap Edmonton. it's pretty hard to do that because I've seen teams just play neutral zone trap on Edmonton, and Edmonton still scores easily. Like, LA tried that, and they failed miserably. LA tried to trap, to play boring hockey. They still got pummeled. Edmonton in 6 games. If this happens. Anyways, I will see y'all next time when I do my post-graduation hangout stream. And I'm gone.